good beat. Okay.
Hi, guys.
Say hi.
Hi, guys.
We're going to bake some bread.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, guys.
Okay, Beatrice.
Stop it.
And...
Stop. Okay. So now we're going to make some bread today, aren't we, Beatrice? Okay, you say it then.
Today we're going to make some bread.
There we go.
Some bread.
So if you've never made bread, what are you going to say?
Bread and do this.
We're going to bread and do this. Okay. So if you've never made bread before, it takes a little bit of time. It's about 3 hours in total. So we're going to make our dough first. It'll take about half an hour. Then we have a break for an hour rest. Then we come back and we shape our bread. Then we rest it for another half an hour, and then we bake it. So if you're all ready, did you all get your recipe? Then I'm just going to start weighing up with the kids. We're going to start weighing up. While we're waiting, I'm going to weigh up everybody's flour. So I'm going to put my 400 grams of flour into our bowl. You tell me when we get to 400, Patrick. Take that away. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's our 400. Okay. So then we've got to put in our dough some yeast. Patrick, remember yeast?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You want to tear it? Pour it in the middle. We're going to make a little well in the centre of our bowl like this for our yeast to go in. Don't worry about that. We just lost a few grains of yeast.
Yeah.
Oh, we have some people from...
we go like that. We go, wee. There you go.
People from Michigan and people from
Beatrice.
here watching.
Yep.
We're just putting in our ingredients.
So we've just put our 400 grams of flour in our bowl and our yeast. So then we are going to weigh up our water and we're going to pour it onto our yeast. So we're going to put our 250 grams. Patrick, you going to tell me when I get 250 grams? There we go.
254.
254? Oh no, so we just put that there. So we've added that. Beatrice needs some water as well. There's Beatrice's. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Beautiful. Now Beatrice is going to start stirring hers, aren't you? Off you go. Patrick and I now are today, and it's not a crusty bread really, it's a softer bread. We're going to put some butter. There's 25 grams of butter. And I'm going to put a teaspoonful of salt. Mix it in, Patrick. And then a teaspoonful of sugar. Makes the medicine go down. Let's get in there. So, if you can see, does that look okay, Laura? On the camera?
Yeah, hold it up. Yep, that looks good.
So we're just going to mix around and we're going to get that liquid and the flour and the dried ingredients all mixed together. Watch this for our hand. And we're going to just go round and round. I'm going to get it in a minute, Patrick. And you're going to collect up all that. Squash that butter in there as well.
Okay, I'm going to hold this a bit closer because it's doing that blurry thing. Can I move it?
Yeah.
Look, there it is.
Okay, so once you've got it to come together, like this, then you take it out and we put it on the table and we do our kneading. Now, hold on, Patrick. So, everybody, I'm going to demonstrate to knead. Now, you have to knead for about 5 to 10 minutes. Probably about 10 minutes is good. What we need to do is we need to stretch our dough, roll it over, and keep stretching it and rolling it over. And a little bang down like that always helps. Okay? Don't worry about the sticky table and the sticky hands. It's all part of bread making.
Yeah.
People have a tendency to go and add lots of flour, and we're not going to do that.
Oh, we don't want to wash our hands.
We're just going to do this for a minute and get it going. So it's a little bit sticky, but that's okay. We want to do this for a minute. We'll have a stretch. Just
do some kneading. Look, Patrick's stretching it. Stretch. Wow.
I didn't got to it.
Concentrate yourself.
Okay, keep
Give me
going.
your hands, sticky does. That's okay. Oh yeah, young.
Who else is getting all... Oh, look at that sticky. Who else is getting sticky? Yes.
Yeah, Beatrice. Rub your hands together.
Oh, Patrick.
Okay.
You need some help.
I'm going to give him a little help now. Okay, get that off of your hands. So I'm going to just demonstrate quickly now a little bit of kneading. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do it. So we can slap it down, fold it over and pick it up. Slap it down, fold it over and pick it up. But if you do that with a little bit of speed, we use the stick of the table to stretch our dough. So every time we stretch it out, we fold it over, we pick it up, slap it down. And we keep that going for about 5 minutes. Now you can do that and you can get quicker, and you can use one hand and do it. So again, slap it down, fold it over, pick it up. Slap it down, fold it over, pick it up. Slap it down, fold it over, pick it up. Patrick, off you go. Slap it down and fold it over.
Beatrice, are you going to slap yours?
Okay, fold it as well, Patrick, not just wallop it.
Not again. I want sticks to something else.
You've got to get in practice because on Thursday we're making hot cross buns.
No.
Ooh, those are good.
Slow motion.
There's Patrick's sound effect.
And pass forward.
We hope
This is already making a beautiful cake.
Whoa, Patrick.
So in the morning you get your children up and you give them some flour and to make the dough, do this for about half an hour, and then that will entertain them while you watch some TV or make your breakfast or go for a walk or whatever you want to do, and come back and your dough's already kneaded. Once you've kneaded it for about 5 minutes or so, you can be a little bit lighter with it and just keep the process going. And as you can see, my dough is starting to smooth. Okay, so we've now finished kneading our dough, and now our dough is nice and smooth, as you can see. It's got a bit of spring in it to it because it's been kneaded
By me.
by Patrick, professional kneader. And now we need to rest our dough.
Right now?
Yeah. It needs to go and rest now. So we're going to put a little bit of flour in our bowl. Patrick's going to drop it in. And we're going to put a little flour on top.
Or it will go upside down and then it will stick. It will stick on.
We'll put a little bit of cling wrap over the top of our bowl, which is basically really just keeps the heat of your dough in there.
I'll get it even bigger.
Okay, now in about 45 minutes, so
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock our time, then we will make and shape our bread.
Bye.
Bye, Beatrice. See you soon. Hi everybody, we're back. Say hi.
Hi.
As you can see, we've had a slight change of uniforms where Beatrice didn't want to wear hers, so I'm wearing it. That's the life of being daddy, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes! Okay, so welcome back everybody. Now is where we're going to shape our bread. Now, if I show you inside, take that off for me, Patrick. Inside our bowl, you see our dough. It's doubled in bulk.
Even it's all wet right here.
It's all wet right there. So I'm going to take a little bit of flour, just a little bit, Sprinkle it on the table. Does that look alright, Mummy?
Yeah.
It's looking good.
And drop the dough on the table. There. Wait a minute, Pat. You can see that the dough is a little bit puffy and it's springing back. That means it's rested nicely. Beatrice is already working on hers. So I'm going to cut Patrick a little piece off because he wants to make his little bit of bread. So that's Patrick's. Okay. And I'm going to show everybody else what to do with their one piece. Now this can make one loaf of bread or maybe 6 rolls. You can make rolls out of it if you want, bread rolls. But we're going to make a loaf of bread today. So where our bread is like this, in this kind of shape, so it's a circle, we're going to basically shape it into a loaf of bread which is this kind of shape, a rectangle. Okay, so how we do that first is we just knock some of the air out and flatten it.
What do you want?
Roll it out, we push it out with our fingertips like this so far, and then we roll over and over. Okay, we turn it over so that the seam is in the middle, and we push that out. And we fold it into the centre so the 2 middles join in the middle. Push out and fold over to the middle again, pushing in with our fingertips like so. And then folding over with our thumbs inside and over and over and over till we have that shape. Yeah? And your seam is here. Yeah? Gently just roll the bread with your hands like a sausage and try and get it as even as you can. And when you get to the ends, just taper it off like so. Okay, there is our loaf of bread, ready for proofing again. Off the flour, over here. Roll, roll.
Everyone likes your outfit.
Roll, roll. Okay, and then a little roll like that. Come on. Keep away from the flour. That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's Patrick's bread. Beatrice, what is yours? Let's see yours. We'll put... Oh, that's lovely. Look at that. This is Beatrice's bread. We're going to put a little bit of flour on our baking tray like so. Gently lift our bread up and put it on there. So this needs to rest for about another 30 minutes. You get a tea towel and we just cover them over for roughly about half an hour till it doubles in bulk. But we're going to try and do it in about half an hour, otherwise we'll be here all day. Okay? So if you want to leave your bread for a little bit longer, you can, or we can put it in half an hour like ours is going in today. Alright? So we'll see you in half an hour.
Say bye. Whoa, okay.
Bye. Okay, so welcome back everybody. I hope your bread has done a little bit of proofing. We shall see what ours looks like. 1, 2, 3, voila! So ours is basically, if we could give that another hour, that wouldn't be a problem, or another half an hour, so we could get it right up here, that's fine.
So what, it was a half hour?
So that was a half hour, so I would normally give it about 45 minutes, so just a little bit bigger, but there is a way to test bread when it's proved and ready enough. If you push your finger in the end and it slightly comes out, and it leaves a little dent in it, that means it's ready enough and proved sugar. I'm going to put a little flour on the top so you can see the difference. When you cut your bread open, you'll see the dark and the light. So I'm going to show you how to cut a loaf of bread. You've got a little serrated knife, like a steak knife, that's good. You want to hold your knife flat to the bread, not up like this so you're digging in. You're not cutting in a minute we'll put some flour in it. You're not cutting a piece of steak, okay? We're going to cut across, nice and smooth. So I shall show you, and I'm going to do some cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There is our bread cut and ready for the oven. Okay, so our oven has been put on, and we want it to get to around 220 degrees.
Have to go to the oven.
220 degrees, which is about 440 on the oven.
One oven.
For this bread, because we put butter and sugar in it, it's a soft bread, so we don't need to steam it. But if you would like to steam your bread, you can get a baking pan that you have at home, like a cake tin or something, an old one. and you put some boiling water into your cake pan and put it into the oven when you turn the oven on. What this does is this builds a steam atmosphere in your oven so that you can get a crust on your bread. Okay. Also, what I try to do is when I'm trying to get a crust, is I put the tray in the oven and then I put my bread onto a hot tray and then put it into the oven, which gives it this natural spring that all bread should get when it hits the heat. Okay. So everybody, you're going to bake your bread for around 30 minutes at 220. And you'll know when it's done because it'll be golden brown, and then you can flip it over, tap the bottom, and you'll get a hollow sound. So we'll come back in about half an hour and show you what our bread looks like.
Okay.
Good luck, everybody. Say bye.
Good luck. Good luck.
109.
Bye.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
We're going to eat all.
We're going to eat it all. So here's our bread. It's had 30 minutes in the oven. It's come out, and this is what it looks like. We have Daddy's bread.
In Peter's bed.
And my tiny piece bread.
Absolutely looks fantastic.
Very artistic.
Yeah, very good loaf of bread. So that's what you get
Go close up.
Yes, I have to.
a little morning of making some bread. So on Thursday we're going to be making hot cross buns. We're going to be making that starting around 10 a.m. until around midday, 12:30.
With breaks.
With breaks. So you'll learn how to make hot cross buns. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us on our baking class. And now we are going to have our bread. Au revoir.
Au revoir.